Hello everybody, God bless you. This is an unedited video coming your way, but I really wanted to talk to you about something. I just got out of a live coaching session, and something struck me that I want to talk to you about, and that is you being able to find yourself after trauma. I believe that one of the reasons that many persons are lost or living a life where they're not walking in their purpose, they're not living a life of intentionality, and generally the reason why they're lost in poverty is because they have not yet overcome trauma and being able to find themselves and their purpose. It is easy, and I do hope that this video will absolutely be a blessing to you. I do believe that a lot of people that have gone through trauma has the ability to cause one to lose themselves in such a way that if you're not careful, you forget who you are, because you come into a place of being so traumatized, so hurt, that you end up losing yourself along the way, losing your voice along the way, losing your passion and your desire along the way. For persons who have been in a place of poverty, you have to understand that poverty can be a traumatic thing, because now you're going to be living a lifestyle where your mindset, your plans, your visions are all going to be limited, because you are going to be in that level of consciousness, thinking that in order for me to accomplish this, in order for me to accomplish that, I don't have the finances, so there's no way I can do it. And so if you are not careful, you can begin to build your dreams around not having enough money. And so when you don't have the necessary or enough money to do something that you want to do, it cripples your ability to dream. Because why would you dream of building a mega mansion house? Why would you dream of building your dream home or going on your dream vacation if you don't have the money to do it? And we cannot allow trauma and situations of our past to cripple your ability to dream. In order for you to become a millionaire, a kingdom millionaire or billionaire, you have to be a dreamer. You have to be able to open up your mind, your spirit, to dreaming and envisioning the things that God has for you, because a greater capacity or a greater extent of you manifesting in something that God has for you is first your ability to envision it. Because if you can't envision something, you can't become, and if you can't become, then you can't actually ascertain that thing. And so a lot of people who don't have money, who are in poverty, a lot of people who are hurt and broken by family, a lot of these persons, they come into a state of isolation, a state of being introvert. And even this whole introvertedness, a lot of people only become introverts because they have been rejected all their lives. And so no, because you have been rejected, you have become the black sheep of your family. No one understands you, no one supports you, no one stands beside you, behind you, and no one is going in front of you to lead you into the path that you're supposed to go into. It creates a system where the only thing you're left to do is to stay by yourself, because when you stay by yourself, there's no chance or possibility of someone hurting or deceiving or letting you down. A lot of people will not open up themselves to the possibility of getting help, open up themselves to the possibility of being let down. Every time I post a video on YouTube, it's a possibility that nobody will watch my content. Every time I release a book, there's a possibility that nobody will buy. Every time I release a course, there's a possibility that no one will enroll for the course that I'm putting out. But if I allow myself to stay in that preconceived thought that nobody will support, I will never release anything. And so I will isolate myself, I will remain an introvert, and I will never see the other side of that possibility. On this other side, or on the flip or opposite side of failure, there's always success. I want you guys to put that in the comment section. On the opposite side of failure, there's always success. On the opposite side of poverty, there's always wealth. One has to choose the side that they want to live from. One has to choose the life that they want to live from. Living a life of wealth, it's a choice. It doesn't matter if you were born into poverty. Being born into poverty does not mean that your end product or the rest of your life is going to be also poverty. Because you were born into a certain sickness that runs in your family does not mean that you have to inherit or employ that sickness to yourself. You are able to choose the life that you want to live, regardless of what you were born in, regardless of what you were brought up in. I was never born from a family that was wealthy, that had a gold spoon. But I knew that that was not the life for me. And I knew that I could not have allowed my traumatic experience to hinder or limit me from walking into the thing that God has for me. One of the things I've had to learn was that I am not a victim, but I am a victor. And with that being said, I can use my circumstances to I can allow my situations that I've been through to either cripple me, or I can use them to propel me. So the things that has hurt me in the past that I've healed from, I know teach on these things. I know lecture on these things. I know empower other persons who are going through these things. So I've used my problems to become something that it finances me. The thing that should have broke me, the thing that should have caused me to become shattered, I now get paid for those things because I'm no longer the victim. You have to make a conscious decision. I'm no longer the victim of the trauma that I've actually gone through, but I am a victor. Sometimes God does permit these things not to destroy you, but to give you an open eye to the fact that if you've gone through this, other persons too are going through it. And if you've come out, He now wants you to help them. And this is something that, based on the different traumatic areas, you can literally produce millions out of it. So do not allow your trauma to define you. You have to be willing to find yourself amidst the trauma you've gone through. Allow yourself to find yourself, find your identity, find your purpose, find your passion, find your desire, find your burdens, that you can begin to walk into it and come from that place of trauma that you've gone through. Trauma will cause you to lose your passion. It will cause you to lose your drive, because what are you passionate about? What are you driven about? What are you excited about? Considering that you're going through so much, trauma and pain is the rubber of your destiny. Put that in the comment section. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you guys are liking the video. My aim for 2025 is just to be a blessing to as many people as I can. And I know you guys are probably saying, oh, you already have this amount of subscribers, you're already doing this. I believe that there's so many more people that still needs to hear this information today. So make sure you like and leave a comment, because every time you do, more people are able to hear what I'm saying. Trauma, disappointment, pain are the robbers of your destiny, because it cripples you and it puts you in a state of immobility, whereas you're not excited to do anything because you're always being disappointed, you're always being let down, no one supports you anyway. So because of the cycles of trauma, what sense does it make for you to apply yourself again, considering that you already know the outcome? In order for a certain outcome or cycle to be broken, it must first be broken here. A lot of people have gone through spiritual deliverance, but they have not gone through a reprogramming and a rewiring of the mind. I've served as a pastor for several years. I'm a prophet. There's so many things that I do spiritually. And while I believe that the core reason for many persons being in poverty and a life of struggle, a cycle of demonic altars, is because they need deliverance. But also, after many persons have gone through deliverance, there still needs to be a rewiring mind, of the brain, because now they need to know how to change the way they think, how to change the way they conceive and perceive certain things, how to tell the difference between what is reality versus what is perceived in the mind. And so the mind needs to be shifted and changed. There has to be a recalibration of your thoughts, your thought structure, that will help to align you into the place that God has called you to be in. So you have to be willing to find yourself again, a place where you can re-emerge. You can re-emerge you, and you can re-emerge your gifts and your skills. A lot of you are talented, gifted, skilled, but your gifts have become so suppressed because of the pain that you're going through. A lot of you, millions of dollars are tied up and wrapped up inside of trauma and pain. The moment you begin to unravel, uncover all the pain and trauma, is the moment you discover what was hidden on the inside. So there needs to be an unwrapping of your gifts, your skills, your abilities, and all that you have given up on. Many of you, when you were kids, you were gifted at writing. You were a very skilled writer. You were very skilled in artistic designs. You could draw, you could paint, you could dance, you wrote poems. Many of you did some beautiful things when you were a child. But as you started to grow, because your mother hurt you, your father walked out on you, maybe you were molested, raped, something happened that was traumatic, and it just dissolved your dreams, all your skills, all your gifts literally got dissolved into the pain and trauma you've gone through. And now you have forgotten what is it that brings you joy. These are the things that helps to propel you into becoming a millionaire. The things that you have buried, the things that you've covered up. Pain and trauma should not have that much power over you. Next week, Friday, the 9th of May, I'm doing a millionaire workshop. And this is where I'm going to be teaching you how to break that mindset of scarcity, how to find you, how to discover you, your gifts, your purpose, how to deal with and overcome procrastination and self-sabotage. I will be doing a lot of work next week, Friday, pretty much, that will help you to, identify who you really are and beginning to walk in that grace and in that empowerment of becoming a millionaire. There's no excuse. There's no reason for you not to be the millionaire that God has called you to be. There's absolutely nothing that you can tell me that could possibly be an excuse why you're not living the life that God has orchestrated for you to live. So I am encouraging you to go to my website in the store section and then enroll for this. It's called Solomon's Court Millionaire Workshop. It's gonna be a dynamic course. The course is $99. Go ahead and enroll today so you can be a part. If you go to the website, you can't find it, just go ahead and give me a call at 876-215-5484. That's the ministry line. If you call, I should be able to help you to enroll and be a part of this dynamic course. If you are just lost with everything that's going on in your life and you just want to be a part of a mentorship group, perhaps you can also join our Company of the Prophets mentorship, where you will be mentored every single Tuesday. You're a part of a live group of dynamic people, over 100 people who are passionate for God, passionate about finding their purpose, their assignment and what God has called them to do. We do dream interpretations every day. I answer questions every day from persons. It's an awesome group. So if you want to be mentored in your gifts, the prophetic, or just to launch what God has invested on the inside of you, you're free to also join our mentorship group. Everything is on the website at shaniquebeckfordministries.org. The information is on the screen somewhere or also in the description box. You are called to be the first millionaire in your family. You're called to be a kingdom millionaire, and poverty is not your portion. Poverty is not your portion. If you made it this far to the video, put it in the comment section. Poverty is not my portion. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. All of this is just inspired by this live coaching session I just did, right up my alley. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful rest of the day.